What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Well,
great to have you here in Miami.
I feel like in Disney World right now. Look at this place.
It's cool, right?
It's a dream come true. Got the chance and opportunity to be in one of the most fabulous places in the world, probably, right? I mean, if you like guitars, you probably like cars. If you like cars, you probably like guitars. This place got it all, and it's for real. It's an honor for me. Got the chance to sit down next to you. I've been enjoying your playing.
Oh, likewise, man. Listen,
I'm
we're very grateful
blessed
to have you here
be
too. So, listen, for those behind the lens that don't know you yet, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do? What's your passion? What do you follow? Tell us about your magic.
Well, I don't know about the magic, but I am what I do. I do what I am. I'm a blues player, guitar player, and singer. I'm a better guitar player than singer. But most than that, I'm a dreamer, man. I'm an Argentino from Córdoba, capital, living a dream come true, man. Every time that I get the guitar in my hand, I'm having a dream come true, But yeah, I'm an Argentinian Latin blues boy, trying to learn and play the best I can, work on my channels from there to here to Souls and there. Now I'm living in Chicago and getting the opportunity to get the learning from my heroes and blues legends of John Primer, Jimmy Burns, Larry Bell, Billy Branch, and the master, the one and only Buddy Guy. And yeah, man, that's what it is.
Yeah, we met a couple of months ago in New Orleans. You were hanging out with Buddy Guy, and I saw you. I was like, this guy looks familiar. Wait a second, hold on. I've seen him play on Instagram a million times. He's a killer blues player, and that's so awesome that you get to play with Buddy, and you've kind of like made a name for yourself in the local scene in Chicago, and worldwide too through the internet. And I gotta say that me personally, I resonate a lot with your playing. I think you're a fantastic guitar player, and I really like your feel and the way you sound. And it's awesome to be sitting here with you, playing and jamming.
Yo, listen to you, I'm like, I need to get back to practice. Like, I don't know that middle chords you play in between. Well, the 1 and the 4 and shit, you getting some diminished and stuff.
Right.
Like, man, it is my honor and my pleasure.
So let's just show them a little bit of what we got. Let's play something.
Man.
How about that?
Yes, nice. Sir.
That guitar sounds amazing.
Well,
and the amp too, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, this combination, of course, but you know, instruments and amp in the end are a channel to get through your feelings and express it to someone else, you know.
Right.
So it's important that they can be the most transparent possible, so you know your message is no interfere with anything else, you know. And these two pieces, I mean, it's the first time that I play, and this amp in particular, like when I just start playing, I was like, wow, man.
Yeah, but one of the things that fascinates me about guitars and vintage guitars in particular is that they're all so different, and they bring out a different aspect of my playing and my music, and it's almost like they, like you said, they're alive, right? They inspire me to sound in a certain way, and I feel like it's unique to each guitar. How that connection between guitar, amp, and player makes a synergy that it's just completely unique to the player, to the combination of gear, to the specific guitar, the specific amp. You know, it's something very
that's something
very
of
interesting.
The coolest things about got the opportunity to walk in a place like this. You know, vintage guitars in my short learning of this, where they already have a history behind, you know. As you say, they have a lot of personality, either the amp or the guitar. So it's beautiful, got the chance to play all of them, so you can match yourself with whatever you're looking to express and whatever you're vibing. This, I'm too hippie, but this used to be a tree. And
right.
Every tree get through different situations. It depends from where it was, will get a different vibe. And they got a Dini, there's guitar, you know, in the back. And I believe that when you get the opportunity to walk in a place like this and you got all this guitar, even probably the same year, and you are like, okay, I want to play that three, and you will connect in different ways, you know. Probably in this time of your life, 68 will be your partner, and then in a couple years you will find another one, because what you want to express in your moment of life is different. And that's cool too, why places like this can get the opportunity of guitars to keep going for different life. All this guitar is, this one is being twice my life on this planet, on yours here, you know?
Yeah.
And all this guitar was still here when we are not here anymore. So they are just a partner of a message.
Right.
They're helping you to get to channelize whatever you need to say, try to say, want to express, and then gonna go to a different hands and soul and get his own way, you know? When you take one of these guitar and start jamming around, I mean, it's happened to me in this room like 3 times already. The guitarists start telling me where they want to go, what they want to say.
Right.
So they already, you know, and it's something fantastic about it. The cars drive themselves today, and we going to the moon and back and all this stuff, and we still playing the same old
guitars are still
you know?
the same.
So
they have been since the 50s.
Something is there, you know, that we can figure it out. Thank God. We just keep connected with it, and we still expressing. And yeah, man, guitars are in big stages, in studios, in albums, or in showrooms. They're waiting for the time to tell the message, connect your message, and bring it out.
So, you know, we talked about that over there,
yes,
which is a really cool guitar, but this is also insane. This is a 58 custom, you know, and it's a 3 pickup Black Beauty. This is really, you know, as good as they come. It sounds insane. It's got PAFs, and to me personally, it reminds me a lot of Jimmy Page. I remember as a little kid, you know, going to Wikipedia and reading just the whole lore of Led Zeppelin and their stories and how his got stolen. So getting to play this kind of like, you know, puts me back in, you know, in those times, and you know, it's so cool. And on top of that, it's a great guitar. Like, he plays amazing. You know, we talked about that whole thing that a guitar inspires you to do something. This one specifically, for me at least, it feels incredible. It's great.
Buddy guys say everyone can play loud and fast. The deal here is try to get all the way down, so funky you can smell it.
Magically, all of a sudden,
I love this
got
magic, man. I need
single coils.
Daily day.
So, tell me about what you're playing over there.
Well, this is for real a guitar that just when I saw it, I was like, you know, I don't know why many guitar players, we got like a fetish with white Stratocaster guitars, and I was like, oh man, this is something that you guys are made in, and you know, like, I would like to try this guitar. But then you told me about the neck, you know, it was a little bit more fat or something. Yeah. And when I just grabbed it, I was like, not gonna be that easy to play. And then I start playing, and it was like more than beautiful. Like everything was there, everything is here, you know. Super sparkly and balanced and super easy to play, even with a fat neck, you know. And yeah, it's a Walt Grace Fender Strat, kind of, no?
Yeah, that's definitely.
I mean, it's inspired on a Fender, what, 58 or something like that?
So funny that you mentioned that, because no. But all the other ones that we have made as part of this series, yeah, they're inspired after a specific year. You know, like what happens with all guitars, or, you know, what the manufacturer tries to do is that they try to generalize and they put a decade on the name, right? Like the model for the 50s or the model of the 60s. Yeah. And what happened is that back then, it was a lot more complicated than that. They didn't have a model for the 60s. Every year they just made a Strat or a Tele or whatever it is, and you know, slowly but surely they tweaked it, you know, so they have like small differences for every year.
So every year get a little bit something.
Right, exactly. Right? And that's
for
what.
For good and for bad.
Exactly, I mean, it's preference at the end of the day.
Depending
on what you like.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that we offer that you don't really see out there, you know, very specific details to the year. And you can tell on, you know, across the board in all the guitars, like from the shape of the body to the carve of the neck, you know, they're all slightly different. You know, a 57 Strat is not going to be the same as a 54, and a 61 is not going to be the same as a 69. You know, so what we try to do is we try to, you know, nail as close as possible all those details. And in my opinion, I think we have really done a fantastic job. Like, this do feel and sound like vintage guitars. But this one, funny enough, this is the only one that we have built that is not specific to one era. This was actually kind of like a project guitar that we were like, all right, cool. We're just gonna put in our favorite specs and see how it comes out. And well, there you have it. I mean, we all love it. Really.
Why you combine on this one?
Was that?
Which years you combine? Because I feel the neck is not the same of the body, right?
It depends. So for example, here is definitely 60s inspired, if you want to call it that. You have a Rosewood board with a custom color. But for example, something that we put in all of our other 60s, you know, guitar, or the ones from those years, is a Brazilian Rosewood fretboard. This has an Indian Rosewood fretboard.
Like me. It's perfect guitar for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm half Indian.
Right.
At some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a, you know, the neck profile is not any specific neck profile. We just picked a fat profile, and you know, just because we like the feel of those necks. And you know, this is what it turned out to be. You know, kind of like a mashup of different years, which still feels like a vintage Strat, by the way.
Totally. If it's a prototype, whatever it is, it's a perfect balance. You know, this guitar is telling you where to go. and it's. I mean, she talked for herself, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely got like a strap, old strap. What is that guitar? Because I'm like, whoa, well, okay, what do you have in your hands?
So this we just got, and it's a cool Tele, as you can tell, because it's quite rare. And typically around this era, you know, Fender wasn't really building that many guitars with a Rosewood fretboard, let alone a custom color. So you would normally see this in a blonde finish with a maple fretboard, and this one is the exception. And you know, it's all original. You even have the original ashtray.
Yeah.
Isn't this cool? Like,
I love it.
More players should use this. I don't know. It looks cool, first of all, and then I don't know. It's just like so unique to these guitars.
Yes. And I think it was too because I hear it. You know, it was a lot of playing like this kind of. You're like all the time resting, you know, your hand there. You always was playing your kind of your bass. So, but that's the thing. You got the other side that you can do that position without muting the string. You got like a super.
Exactly.
Sound,
yeah.
You know?
So yeah, I mean, it's really cool. It sounds great. The weight is like really nice. I really like it. You know, and now we also changed the amps.
Yeah.
You know, that Vibrolux sounds amazing. That is a drip edge Vibrolux. So I don't know if you know the stories with the drip edges.
No.
They kind of have the aesthetics of the silver face, you know, the 70s Fender amps. However, the ones that have the little, you know, metal edge around the grill cloth, they're called the drip edge. And the circuit of those is a lot closer to the one that they used in the earlier 60s, or the black face, you know. So a lot of times, players might look at silver faces as inferior to black faces, although they're very similar. However, the drip edge is an amp that is like right in between. You know, it was a transitional design thing. You know, they have the same circuit as a black face, but they have the aesthetics of a
And
of a
which
silver
year
face.
is this?
So yeah, it's a '68,
I love it.
which again is that transitional era from Fender. These are great. I have a Deluxe that is also a drip edge, and I love it. You know.
Man, yeah, this amp. And the combination with this guitar is just like magic. Like it's perfect for recording and perfect to go and play your gig and killing it, you know.
Yeah, and then just to talk about the amp that I'm using, this is the Tone King Gremlin, which I love because
I never saw this amp. What is this?
So this it's a 5-watt head that has a built-in attenuator. So we talked earlier about how when you crank these amps, you get that distorted sound, right? The problem is that with that, you also get volume, and a lot of times you might be too loud, right? Especially nowadays that a lot of venues, they just depend on the sound guy, and they just want you to play quiet with a microphone in front of your amp, which, let's be honest, that's not the best sound. Like tube amps sound best when you crank them. So this amp is designed to solve that. So first of all, it's only 5 watts, so it's not super loud, but I think that it's loud enough to be able to play with a band, you know, in a choir setting. And then on top of that, you have an attenuator in the back, which you and I were talking yesterday about attenuators, right? What that does is that you're able to dime the whole circuit, and then the attenuator grabs all that and turns it down in volume, but you still get that sound. So it's almost like you have full control of the volume, yet you have the tone of an amp that is just about to explode.
And if you need to like practice in your house or record
it, exactly, that too.
Your neighbors don't call the police on you,
right?
And you can still have in that tone.
Exactly. So that's what this thing does, and it actually sounds really, really good. It's kind of like just a little rock and roll amp. You know, it sounds great.
Yeah, it looks great, man. Like,
it looks sick, right? I like it.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing with Tonkin too. They have like really cool different colors. Like they offer different grill claws and toe licks, you know. And this one, it's kind of nice. Looks like a mocha color, you know, like a latte almost. I like it.
Yeah, and cool.
Yeah, there you go. It goes for your boots.
My boots.
Yeah, man. So Ivan, tell us a little bit about where you're up to right now, like any future projects that you might have, any gigs, you know, is there anything that we should know about you? Where can we find you? You know, where can we hear more of your music and your art?
Well, social media is everything now. We actually been talking for a long time, but then we meet in New Orleans, but we never sit down to play, but we both know about each other. And that was Instagram, like Ivan Singh /down-OK. And that's where I post most of my gigs and my playing and everything. But I got my website, ivansingh.net. Then you can go tour, and blessing to get the chance to go all over the country and all over the world. You know, I just get back 2 weeks ago from Italy, France, and Spain, and we did 22 gigs and 2 weeks.
So, 22 gigs in 2 weeks? How are your fingers? Are they still shaking?
Well,
so much playing?
You know, it's cool because here we get this training to play 3 hours per night, and that don't really happen in the rest of the world. They're like a 1 hour gig and you're done. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we have been able to play 2 or 3. Yeah, in Argentina too, your gig is probably maximum 1 hour and a half. But,
oh, wow.
You know, these 3 set hours. So for me, it was easy. I was finish the show and like I want to keep. I'm just getting warm right now.
Right,
you know?
That's your warm up.
Yeah,
and then that's it. It's over.
So
that's crazy because you go to a place like Nashville, for example, in Broadway, and then you have all these bands playing, multiple bands per building.
Yeah.
And then the standard there is 4 hours, no breaks.
No breaks.
No breaks, 4 hours, and playing whatever song the crowd wants you to play. You know, they call out covers and you have to play it. Yeah. That's a job. That's high. You know.
I enjoy to be in America too, learning and playing, because the school that you have here is no compare. You know, you can play all you want. If you want to play, it's a lot of work all over. You know, yeah. But yeah, getting back on social medias as Ivan Singh that net on my website IvanSingh/down on case all my social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and stuff. I'm getting back. I have a headliner at Buddy Guys Legends September 30th. I'm going tomorrow back to Chicago for playing the Washington Institute for the Blues Day. And I'm playing every weekend and every week in Chicago mostly. But I'm getting back to Europe in October for the first week. I'm doing 2 big festivals in Spain. I'm doing France. I don't remember exactly right now the names of the festival, whatever, but gonna be in the social media and stuff.
Right.
And I'm doing Argentina. I'm being in Argentina for 5 years, and I'm getting back for the Cosquín Rock Festival, the largest rock festival in South America. And
sick, man.
Yeah, that was February 11 and 12. And then I'm doing Bebop Club in Buenos Aires. So yeah, man, we're trying to spread this message that comes from the heart and soul with my 4-string guitar, and thank God now with some 6-string guitars, right. And my full band. It's a cool project, Ivan Singh. I'm trying to bring this Latin blues idea. I have horns. We are 7 people in the scene, and it's a fun show to watch. A lot of Spanish-English thing because I'm still learning English, so it's more easy for me, like bring some Spanish on it, and people is loving it. So yeah, it's a cool show to watch. Ivan Singh band. Yeah.
Sick, man. I'd love to check it out. If we can go to Chicago and see you guys play, that would be awesome.
You should play with us, and I would be super happy to have you now.
Hell yeah, dude! I'd love to.
Yes, sir. Yes,
cool.
Sir.
All right, let's close it up how we know how to do it.
I follow you.
Yeah.
Now we're playing some blues.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys want to know more about us and Ivan and all the gear that we used here and about our gallery, the links will be down below in the description. Man, thank you so much for coming here to do this. It's a pleasure playing with you and having you in our home.
It's my dream come true. Got the opportunity and chance to get inspired by this place, this beautiful team working here, and the man over there, man. It's been a blessing for me, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Keep guitars, musicians. I like working and playing and bringing instrument to the hands, the right hands.
There you go.
And I hope to be back, man, and keep talking about these beautiful guitars and cars. Why not? Next
exactly.
time.
Next time we gotta go for a ride.
Please, that's not the deal.
Right.
I'm taking that one home.
You're not too late for that. No, just kidding. All right, if you want to support this video, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to know more about us, visit waltgracevintage.com. And if you guys want more content like this, follow us on Instagram at @WaltGraceVintage. My name is Sebastian. Till next time.